So let's say now you look back at what you did back then to now. Do you still use some of the older methods?
I think let's say there are bases. Their bases are the same, the methods are different.
So how are you
I give you an example. In that time, instead of email newsletter, you make print newsletter. Instead of customize, you make blocks of customization that you print different things. Then the things are the same. The way that you do it are much better, faster, whatever. I give you an example of one thing that you will see is the glasses were invented before Gutenberg in Venice.
Yeah.
And the market was only the monks that they used, and the market was not there. Then suddenly came Gutenberg 200 years later, and then suddenly it was a big market of glasses. What I'm telling is glasses were invented 200 years before, but there was no market. Then a lot of the ideas, all of the ideas are already invented. It's the way that you execute it, the way that you do it, how it's done.
I mean, that's partially like what the job is of innovation then, no? To make sure that you innovate in a way but also communicate it to the masses somehow. Because you said the glasses were there, but they weren't really suited for the market. Some type of innovation must have happened also in the mindsets of people to eventually want glasses, right? And the example that comes up to me nowadays is Tesla. Like, electric vehicles are really old, but then now it's cool to have like an electric vehicle. So using the example of the glasses, which we can eventually look into like what your business did, but considering your position in innovation, like how do you feel you do innovation then that really creates products for fitting markets?
I think the first thing is you do not have to assume, and assume I think is the biggest problem of all companies. First thing is you're speaking about electric cars. Electric cars, the biggest limitations before was the batteries, still there are, the chargers, because the motor is older than the gasoline. But things are changing, and I think one of the things that we have to have in innovation is do not assume, because one thing that did not work 2 years ago, today is the same thing. Every day is changing things, technology is changing, and things are different. For example, with the 5G, a lot of things will completely change the assumptions that we are doing. And these kind of things, I think, is one of the roles of innovation, is we have to match two things. One thing is if customers are willing to buy it, the most important thing is the one that pay us, and second thing is technology is ready for that. And then you have to adapt both things.
If you like this episode, you can check out our most recent one here. And if you haven't already, make sure you click here to subscribe and see the next one. But if you're interested in more tips and tricks, then make sure to join our Facebook group where you can find thousands of like-minded people and you get direct access and support to any business question from the entire startup funding event team.